Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and this is Scorpionic Readings, and today's pick a card topic, we are looking at your spirit animal as well as hyping you up because of those qualities. So stay tuned. This is going to be a fun reading. You're going to feel good when you leave it, so I'm excited. So let me show you the spirit animals that shuffled out for the three groups. Please choose the one that you identify most with, and you also have a crystal animal to choose your pile based off of as well. So group number one, your card here is Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. Your crystal is the koala. Group number two, your animal spirit is the porcupine. Time for beginner mind. And your crystal is the serpent. And group number three, your spirit animal is the snake with time to heal. And your crystal is the dolphin. So take as much time as you need to choose your pile or piles for today's reading. Whenever you are ready, you can head down to the description box of this video and you will find timestamps that will take you directly to your messages, and I'll meet you there. Hi there, group one. Welcome to your messages. Let's dive right in. Your spirit animal today is the owl spirit. Let's hype you up. You are pretty cool because you are an owl. So let's take a look at your first messages here. We have joy with affirmation, surroundings, light, and beauty. I love what the message you see clearly now. It gives me an immediate kind of intuitive idea that the lens through which you see is one of joy and one of beauty, and it puts that light on things. It's the specific way that you view things through your lens. You see clearly now as the owl spirit. It's something very admirable about you. You can be your own knight with the princess. Lots of yellow coming in as well. Very bright, very positive, uplifting. Let's see here. We have regeneration, very fresh. Yeah, something unique about you that stands out is, of course, the way that you view your life, the way that you live it, the lens through which you see things in a positive light is inspiring, refreshing energy toward other people. It immediately brings on a sense of refreshing energy to hear your perspective, to know your story, especially with you can be your own knight. You could have specific instances you kind of developed that trait based on that perspective based on specific instances in the past, and so it is very admirable the way that you have transfigured and transformed that negativity into something good and admirable that is picked up on by a lot of people. And like I said, regeneration, it's very refreshing to be in the presence of that energy, of your energy. Let's take a look at the tea leaf. We have wedge with someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. I think it's so interesting how it's split with like the more yellow toned here to like one of perhaps like anger, resentment between you and a person. This is specifically defining some kind of relationship dynamic that is like I said before, you have a positive impact on a lot of people. Your energy is very refreshing, but here something about it is triggering to another person. It's driving a wedge between you and another person. Or generally this could be a trend you have noticed. We have vase with secret admirer. The elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. The wise elephant, the wise owl. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. We have boat with money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And we have the astral house of success. Very good. I really think it's interesting how much yellow is coming through. That could be very significant to you for multiple reasons, but you could be a big fan of the color yellow, or that's like your aura. You could identify with that being your aura. Yeah, things like that. You gravitate toward that color, specifically your birthstone. Yeah, Let's see. So this card here gave me an idea of like the topic of this reading is about your spirit animal kind of hyping you up because of those unique qualities you contain. The elephant card kind of brought it back to that perspective of the reading. So speaking of wisdom, a long journey which leaves you wiser. That is like your life's purpose, the owl spirit. You see clearly now. You see a long journey ahead. You see a long lifetime of cycles, of lessons, of new wisdoms. And that is your biggest strength really in this lifetime, is the ability to see ahead and to be discerning with what you allow. The wedge here is becoming significant in that aspect as well, being discerning of what you allow to, as a foresight, you have what you allow to feel like it will actually be a blockage. What will you allow that picture to actually manifest as? That's a question to consider. I think it is one that you're aware of you're learning, especially now, a lot about how nothing is set in stone. Like you have a destined plan, you have a long journey, you have a destiny for sure. That's the message. You have a major fate and destiny here in this lifetime. But you are very good at recognizing that while knowing that there is no telling the changes that can occur from the present moment to when that manifestation comes to light. There is no predicting to a T exactly what it will look like, no matter what your wisdom tells you, no matter what your intuitive downloads and foresights tell you it will look like. You also carry the perspective that it's a very like neutral perspective. I'm thinking of the Justice card. I'm thinking of, in one deck, the Justice card is represented by an elephant, the bearer of justice, the elephant card. You're very, very wise. Your biggest gift here is you can be your own knight, is your own ability to gain wisdom, information, experience. You fill your own bucket. You make your own happiness in this lifetime. You are in control of your life because you're awakened. You're enlightened to some degree. Beware of self-delusion. I think you are awakened and you have the wisdom to keep yourself in check. That's a big advantage to the gifts that you have been given in this lifetime, is that you keep yourself in check very much so. We see the wedge here. I think you allow wedges to form where they are meant to. You allow roads to be paved over where they are meant to. You allow, you just allow it to be. Neutrality is something I was getting at. Justice, neutrality. Things come before you and you determine that it's life, it's something that happened, and you take it for what it is. You take it for what you want it to be, for how much you can work with it, and that is your wisdom, that is your strength, that brings you a lot of success. Your fate, your destiny is going to be very successful with the way you have demonstrated your ability to be committed to this agreement, this lifetime agreement that you came here to fulfill. I think that covers those initial energies coming through for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look with tarot. Can we expand on pile 1? What are their admirable qualities here? What is it about the owl spirit animal that they represent so much? What else can we know about them? What do they need to know to be most successful on this path? Okay, I'm going to take those. So let's see. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands. Let's see here. Queen of Wands. Wow. The High Priestess. Queen of Pentacles. And I'll take one more before I pause. The Hierophant. So other things to know about your spirit animal, your purpose in life. There's a lot about enjoying your life too. Joy. Joy was huge, and then the Four of Wands is something enjoyable, is A win is a pivotal moment, a celebration, a ceremony. What is your... And the Seven of Wands. I don't know if you've had a feeling that in this lifetime you have a sense of like, you just gravitate toward solitude. I wanted to mention something here about animals being especially significant within your reading. Yes, it is a spirit animal reading, so it's not uncommon that we have, of course, at least one animal showing up in your spread. But with the Elephant card, something was fleeting. It came through about the significance of your connection with animals. I see that in the Joy card. I see that with the Seven of Wands. You have wondered why it seems that your path on this life has been destined to put a wedge between you and connection. Secret admirers with the vase. You can be your own knight is the overall message, that you wonder why it seems like there are opportunities for secret admirers, for romantic connections that you could be interested in, but you're just quite simply not. You almost feel like this life you are destined to put a wedge between you and connections, and rather you could turn to solitude, you could turn to a hermit mode energy of isolation, of gaining a lot of wisdom in isolation and discoveries as well in that time. It could be your happy place is being in a hermit self-care mode. It's a unique path that you're on of you really taking charge, having wisdom, having the neutral perspective, and this weird idea of like a martyr comes through here when I thought of that, and then I remembered we did have the Hierophant card come out. So you have this sense of like, you feel like you're sacrificing something to be living this life, to be getting this information, to have such a trusted and fated, destined path, but know that you feel like you're lacking in some other like basic level human experience type things. I see that with the Four of Wands. Yeah, so you feel like you're like a martyr. You feel like you've sacrificed a lot in order to have this spirit to you, to have this ability to be your own knight. It is something a lot of people success here think is very admirable and successful for you to be able to be this way, but everyone is always looking at what the other has. Everyone is always, the grass is never always greener, things like that. So you're going to be comparing your path to what others look like. You might sometimes wish you had that more like simple path, which entails classic friendships, classic multiple relationships, getting to know a lot of people, like classic wins and milestones within career, but that's just not the path you've been given, and you have so much that fills that perceived lack instead of what it is you're looking at. But with which you realize over time, your surroundings here, you realize that your lack of those surroundings, your lack of that experience has never truly held you back, has never been truly upsetting to you. And that's very impressive as a spirit animal here, to be able to fully engage within, to engage with yourself in isolation, to learn a lot, gain a lot of wisdom, higher perspective as well through this ability. Let's see, I want to know, like, what is the overall fate here for the collective in this lifetime? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. The Tower. Let's pull more tarot for group number 1. Overall fate here within this lifetime. What else can we know about this? We have the World, the Star, and let's take one more for this row. Do you want to take, let's see, and the Justice card. Fate in this lifetime. I do feel like you have this, especially with the wedge, you have this fate of being a neutral perspective. I'm getting this weird thought, like chaotic neutral is something, the term to describe something people use. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's like things are, I don't even know what I'm trying to say with this, but chaotic neutral, like, is what's coming to my head. Your fate here in this lifetime, like a lot happening within, but maybe you wonder why it doesn't feel like your outer circumstance matches that typical path, like neutral, but a lot still happening within. It's a lot about the isolation you have perceived with the wedge. I keep looking at that card. Your fate here in this lifetime is almost to feel kind of isolated and set aside from normalcy, because you do hold a greater fate, you hold a greater power. The Justice card, you have a strong ability to hold judgment that is often good or neutral. It's not, it almost sounds like egoic coming in, but it's like your thought patterns are usually right given the information you have access to at the time to assess the situation. Usually your assessment is pretty on point. You are very intuitive. You have been entrusted with a lot of power to be and navigate on your own. The Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. I feel like you're meant to see like different lifetimes as well, or with the Tower to the world, like see things fall away and see the hope that is left without it. With the Tower crumbling away, leaving behind the world, you're always left with more than you had before something was taken from you. And that's the power of that neutral wisdom that you hold. You can ultimately transform any situation, tip it into the neutral bucket by using your wisdom, by applying those skills when assessing the situation. You can turn almost any negative situation into one that is. It's okay. It will be, and it will be navigated, and it will be over. That's how you view everything. That is a huge, huge power you have, Pile 1. Where is this taking the collective? I want to know about future outcomes that Group 1 is heading toward because of this, these traits. The Moon, and my thought pattern was this really does feel like pretty overall isolating energy coming through. I have not picked up on any other relationship dynamics, friends, family really coming through to give input or to add layers to the situation. I went into this row to ask this question to find out what's in the future, because I want to know, like, if that feeling is right, of feeling like this is a hermity, isolated, wise, all-knowing type group. You can be your own knight, you are independent, and the Moon card does make me think of that. But let me go ahead and pull out, what does this mean for Group 1 in this lifetime? 2 of Wands, a lot of opportunity to be excited for. I think things are going to pick up. Wow, the Death card really confirming what I was getting to saying. Things are going to pick up the most. You feel like things have been moving in a while, I believe. I feel that intuitively, that is coming for you, is some kind of movement, things getting shifted up. Perhaps this wedge that I've kept coming back to in this reading is being removed, is being lessened, and we see the regeneration as well as the death followed by a rebirth coming through with you, and kind of a change in fate almost. Knight of Cups, that feels like something unexpected, an unexpected offering perhaps for love. If you stuck around this long, I'm so happy you did to get this message. Yeah, that's really what that feels like. I don't always take the Knight of Cups as being a love offering, but it does, in alignment with what this has set us up for, a rebirth, something switching up. I think you're going to handle it very well. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to learn a lot from it going forward in an area that you have not been tested in as much, which could be love, intimate relationships, navigating that with a long-term partner. And so you're learning, gaining a lot of wisdom within that time as well. And this is a very promising journey going ahead for you guys, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this message as the Owl Spirit. Keep killing it. If you did enjoy the message, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. With all of that being said, Pile 1, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, Group 2. Welcome to your messages. Let's dive right in. You guys are the Porcupine Spirit. Time for Beginner Mind. Let's take a look at your first card. We have Success. Very good. We have Confidence with Assured, Motivation, Oneness, and Positivity. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. Beautiful messages for you guys. Moon, changes in your life. Carrot, opportunity or windfall. We have a lot of tea leaf as well. We have the Fire card. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Target, a goal-oriented person. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Wow, we have Ear with good news. Good to see that. Money path with a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Awesome. We have the Hammock card, taking a vacation physically or mentally. It seems like you guys deserve that for sure. Lot of positive energy coming through. I have to mention strong keywords of success and confidence came out in Group 1 as well. So if you were drawn to that at all, there could be some messages for you within that pile. But let's take a look. A lot of tea leaf to kind of decipher and navigate today. So let's see. Beginner Mind, hyping you up through changes, through opportunities. I feel like you've kept this kind of humbleness to your attitude as you navigate all of it. Assured within yourself, which translates as confidence or positivity. Yeah, it's like how you are with the mirror is reflected very obviously to the untrained eye or the untrained mind. What you define as being assured through wisdom, through lessons tried and true, through experience, what you attribute all of that is to bringing you a sense of assuredness, and how others define that would be of confidence or positivity, which are great things, but it's like very unique, this aspect of like that is just not enough to kind of pinpoint the specific energy that you bring with this. It's assuredness. It is like the greatest form of confidence and positivity, which is assuredness within yourself. I love to see that, Group 2. Yeah, so trials and changes, you've navigated well, and you've navigated with neutrality, I feel like, with opportunities coming through to you. There's a sense of you not getting too excited, not getting too much of a desire to put all of your eggs in one basket, to say, well, this is here for me now. I can just dump and drop everything else that I had going for me to this point. You use a really great sense of wisdom in navigating these things. You know when it's time to listen, to become a beginner, but you know that you have testament to the fact that skills learned in one area of life, in one phase of life, can be unlikely. You would think it's unlikely that it would translate to this area that you were now being introduced to, but there's all of this mismatching and crossing of what you have learned and picked up on in this life that makes you the perfect beginner mind, because you're equal parts beginner mind, moldable, like you learn well, you process information well. You're a good beginner mind in that way, but at the same time, you're a good beginner mind because you were never a complete fresh slate either. You have past learned experience to bring you toward new goals. You're very goal-oriented because I think, again, this theme of like having done something once and now you know it to be true. You experience some kind of success. We had success come in one area, and you know now, how can I apply that to anything else I would like to do? You're very goal-oriented in that way because you know that a plan becomes a goal, and then a goal becomes an action, like things like that. Whatever steps take you from a thought to an actionable process that is bringing you rewards. You know how to do that. You've done it once. You've done it multiple times now. You will continue to do it again and again and find new pathways of opportunities, money, success in that way, good news, a lot of pathways within that in your life. You're a great learner. That is huge for your big spirit animal strength, a beginner mind. You're great at learning. You have a lot of wisdom to begin with, and the limits to how much wisdom you can gain in this lifetime are unknown. It's undefinable how much you can take as opportunity here. Yeah, strong emotion. You have strong emotion when applicable, when it will help you, but again, you have that wisdom to know at this time it would be wise for me to have that neutral perspective toward it here. And that's how opportunities are solidified as opportunities for you. It's because you don't get too excited, you don't get too rash with the decisions you're making around it because of that excitement. You keep a neutrality, you keep a your emotions are confined, and that is what truly solidifies every opportunity coming to you as a solid opportunity ahead of you, as a solid path leading to new opportunity, new advancement, success, and money, just waiting for you to find it. You have, again, a lot of experience with multiple pathways, and it brings a lot of information and skill around technique in applying these ideas, projects, financial endeavors. You have a lot of refined technique you have done over the years, and I think in some way you have funneled down the process and the steps it takes. Once you decide you want something, that process is so much easier, is so much more confined, and so your pathways are shorter and shorter with time, with new opportunities. That pathway to completion, to success is shorter and shorter with each go round, because you refine the steps. You know, I've done this once before. I've had to promote myself from square one, promote a new product or business. I know that the best way to do that this time around, since I did it that one time, or since I have experience in this other area of business and life and career that is going to unknowingly translate into this ultimately new idea and endeavor I'm going on, you take what you've learned from that past one and you plug it into this new one, and therefore you skip a lot of unnecessary steps. You don't waste as much time as well, and therefore, once again, your money path is shortened to success. Your success is assured. Yeah, let's go ahead. Vacation is one other message I've not quite touched on. Yeah, I had an idea earlier of like your path also looking like a lot of opportunity for rest, and as well as with opportunities for abundance, for wishes coming to you. That could also look like opportunity for a short vacation that you're invited to, or a free product you're being sent. You also have very specific ways in which you free your mind and I'm holding this tarot card here. I want to take a look what it says, but it's like you're wondering if these areas are healthy for you to continue with. The Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like they can be well managed with the right mindset. And I think it is a matter of defining what it looks like to complete your tasks, what it looks like to complete your responsibilities before you indulge in any kind of escape, mental, physical, through different habits and activities that you like to partake in. I think those are healthy for you at this time if they inspire creativity and positivity or inner discovery, but only if we are making sure to do those things that make us feel productive, successful, and on track within the day before indulging in any habit like that. So let's see this card. We have 3 of Wands. I feel like there will be a time where you will be ready to take command, to take control back over this kind of habit or hobby, because you'll get busier, because you'll have more responsibility, and you simply won't have time for, I want to say, like, such low things, or I don't know what that is coming through, but it's like you just don't even have time to consider that. And the only reason you needed it before was because you had extra time on your hands. Knight of Cups. You could also be getting into a relationship because of these qualities that stand out for you, because of how you're visible through some kind of success, and that takes up more of your time and dedication as well, and so you have less kind of free time to indulge in some habits or hobbies, and rather you're doing that with another. You're taking the vacation with another. It's not that you don't have that time for rest and recovery anymore, but just that you could be sharing it with another person. You could be taking that trip with a partner instead of alone, or things like that. 2 of Swords, I feel like that is yet to be revealed, any aspect of relationship coming in, but it does feel significant to come out for this reading because of the elements showing that the way that you are discovered and come into connection with a committed partner is because of the strengths here that you're demonstrated through a lot of successes. So next we have here the Fool card as well as the 8 of Pentacles. Exactly what I have been describing with beginner mind, with this cycle you have of seeing a new opportunity, taking it and seeing it to completion, seeing it to great success. The Fool card is the ultimate beginner in the tarot card, in the tarot deck. The 8 of Pentacles represents mastery and expertise within a skill. You reach that level and status again and again and again, and I can't exaggerate enough how much this serves you within this life. What else does this do for pile 2 for the collective? What else can they know about this strength and gift? They have the 9 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. I feel like you have a strong ability as well to flip situations around that are negative. Like you have a very strong filter in your mind of, you could have experienced a lot of easily overcoming or easily consuming negative situations in the past, and you have a much greater sense about you to simply distract yourself, to distance yourself as well from things that bring any kind of negativity. If you're here in the modern world, that can look like unfollowing people on social media that you do not care to see about their life and compare your own to. It's things like that, measures you are taking, the 2 of Pentacles, taking things in your own hands, manipulating them to make them the best environment for you to grow and thrive in. And for you, that could look like your own individual solo journey in which you dance to the beat of your own drums. You have your headphones in, you do your own thing, your positivity and joy are illuminated when you were in that state, and you don't need anything to bring you down from that or to take that away from you. And you're making the steps, the wise steps in your life to distance yourself and remove yourself from negativity where that suits you. Let's see. Final row here, we have the Judgment card. So where is group 2 going because of these qualities they have? What else can we expect? We have the Moon card, Queen of Wands, and let's get one final tarot message here for where is pile 2 going in the future with these energies. We have the Three of Pentacles. Very exciting. You could have a much bigger project and plan in store for you, one that uncovers some deeper part, going really to the depths of your inner world to kind of bring this out of you. That could be your major call and pathway within this lifetime, to truly be a beginner this time around with, yeah, this is something unexpected, something unnavigated yet, but because of that, the strength and power and confidence you will have coming out of that will be like nothing else. Opportunities will be not just put in front of you, but directly handed to you, put in your possession, entrusted only to you with the Three of Pentacles, because this is undoubtedly your strength, is your reputation precedes your name. You have a strong reputation. Nothing here that happens in this lifetime doesn't count toward this. Everything, every small win, every small success to your name is all building this great, grand reputation for you. And I really see a very successful outcome in the future. And again, one where you are very much blessed with the opportunities that are the absolute best you could ask for and hope to achieve because of your reputation, because you have earned it. They find you. You no longer have to go looking for them. They find you directly. So pile 2, very good message for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Please do take time to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you did. But with all of that being said, pile 2, I wish you the best of luck in this energy, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi there, group 3. Welcome to your messages. Let's dive right into your spirit animal, which is the snake spirit. Time to heal. Let's take a look at your first message. We have courage. All right. We have escapist. Come home to yourself. Okay. And gifted with fertility, creativity, growth, and space. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take a look at these tea leaf to get even further clarity on the energies coming up with those oracles. We have the month of October. We have leg stepping into a new experience. We have unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Wow. Crib with birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Very good. We have beetle, good fortune. My goodness, guys. Dogs, getting together with friends. And the astral house of wealth. Wow. So the first ideas I had coming through were of a time that is supported now to be courageous and come out of healing, come out of this time where you were home within yourself to do some healing. You have done a lot of growth, you have created a lot of new space, and there is a lot of fertility at this time for the birth of a new endeavor, of a new project that will bring you a lot of success, it looks like, with good fortune, with increase in material wealth, and the wealth astral house. All good, great things coming out of this time where you're encouraged to be courageous and step into the light. You've done the healing. 55, it's time for the change. It's time for you to joyously step out into the light. Have the courage to do so and know that your gifts will be supported and they have been growing. You have given them space to breathe and grow in recent months, but they're craving an even bigger arena to do their work in. This card is tying in visually so much with the gifted card, with the colors, purple and green. Part of your gift could be your intuition. The fall, we have the month of October, so I feel like that is kind of gearing up to the time where you will be ready to step out of this kind of isolation, or rather you went into this energy around October of last year. And it does make me think of like intuitive aspects, with that kind of being the season that I feel like supports that kind of thing. We hear about it being supported spiritually, a time in which I guess that activity is easier to kind of pick up on, is a good way to put it, but it just gives me this whole idea of like a hermit mode happening in that time around last year. And now as we're approaching the year mark, you're ready to elevate, to ascend into the next level, to step into a new experience of the work you had done about a year ago and in the time that has passed since. October feels like you're really going to buckle down. If you've been spiritual, we do see an increase in spiritual growth, so I feel the need to elaborate on that as well. But if you do identify as being spiritual, you could notice that your practice is looking a lot different come October, come the fall time, very shortly here. And it is much more intuitive in itself. You could need less kind of physical materials to conduct your time for meditation and reflection. It could be a lot more organic, in which you don't necessarily need to pull out different tools that could kind of helped you get to that state in previous times. Like if you needed to isolate by putting in earplugs or things like that to help you reach that kind of meditative state, you're noticing that your ability to do that is much more stronger and untested. That's a big aspect coming through, and transformation in general. You guys are the snake spirit, so shedding your skin, 55, change and transformation through that. It reminds me of the death card in tarot, which is a death leading to a rebirth or to a birth or a conception of a child or enterprise. Your gifts are ready to be witnessed and to be put into practice. Round two, it's all about round 2. Sophomore year, going into it strong, stepping into a new experience. Getting together with friends. You could be healing with like-minded people, like these could be people you don't even know yet. That's kind of the idea I'm getting, is that they would be very supportive of the goals you have in mind as well. They would be attuned to that. This would be no random group of people that you come into contact with. They would serve a very specific purpose and be connected to you in a very specific way. So that could be coming through, like sisterhood specifically is what I'm thinking of, but gender doesn't matter in this situation. Tarot here, we have the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the healing, 9 of Wands to the 9 of Pentacles. What a complete switch in energy. The 9 of Wands is struggling, is holding on to something too tightly, that is ready to be let go of, that is ready to be phased out. The 9 of Pentacles is stepping into the experience of the abundance that is created when you follow in-time guidance, when you follow in-time intuition, inspiration, and allow that growth to take place from those energies of inspiration, creativity. Yes. That is when we see the 9 of Pentacles. That is when we see that in which she has made is that beautiful and that sustainable. What else do we have here for this row before my camera dies? I might have to pause the camera in a minute here. We have the World. What is this going to be looking like for group 3? The Devil. your world, your idea of what your world is meant to be is going to be looking a lot different than you had expected it to even a year ago, even a few years ago. Something major within those dynamics is changing. Something looks different than it previously had looked. I'm thinking of cats and dogs. Yeah, like seeking out cats your whole life as your pet of choice, and then one day you realize you actually want to own dogs as pets and be a dog person, and there is some adjustment to do to take care of that transition and transformation, getting new supplies, setting up the space in an appropriate way. But a lot of what that entails is naturally abundant within you, which is the love and care and affection that comes with keeping another animal and taking care of it. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pause this camera. It's about to die soon, but I'll be right back with another spread of tarot. What else is it about pile 3 that makes them special and unique, and their spirit animal kind of encompasses this aspect of them? What else can we know? You have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. The Strength card. Take 2 more for this row for group 3. We have the Hermit, as well as I'm taking these 2. We have the 5 or the 10 of Pentacles, very good, and Queen of Pentacles as well. Beautiful. You're an expert for sure. You have a lot of skill, which is going to contribute to a lot of wealth within this lifetime and birth and conception of new ideas. Strength, I think you had a lot of courage to come out of the space you were previously in, which was one of the Hermit. And you've had a lot of courage in general to exist through the challenges you have faced mentally with escapists. You could have had reason in the past to need to kind of escape, to have different methods of escapism because of how much there was running within your mind and different outside circumstances and situations bringing into that as well. You've demonstrated a lot of success on your path in this lifetime. You've been dealt a hand in which you were meant to learn and experience a lot of more challenging aspects, especially growing up. And that is exactly what brings you this special touch here with the glowing light, with the shimmer she is controlling out of the noise of what once was. Condensed into your story, you find the magic of what was there, the magic of what existed and persisted around those negative situations growing up. You do your best to have the strength to see magic in that and not lack or hurt going forward. That's a strong distinguishment you have made that is definitely bringing you this wealth and success that you very much have earned. The snake spirit, it's destiny and fate in this lifetime, your spirit animal, to transform, to shed that old skin time and time again. And this is you stepping into the greatest embodiment of your snake spirit to date. And this one is going to stick around as your core being. This one is not going to just shed like perhaps others have. There's only a few situations in your life, I think, where you have this level of shift, change, shedding, transformation, and one of which is happening now. Perhaps the first or maybe second major kind of event you could think of in your life where you totally changed your opinion, your way of living going forward from it. I think this is one of a few kind of periodic judgment calls like that within your lifetime. And so going forward, the new experience you are stepping into in the wealth and success, increase in material wealth and spiritual growth we see from it, good fortune, all of those things, is another one of those stepping through a gateway, stepping into this new experience, shedding that old skin. Yeah, and this one is going to stick around a while or all the time. what you learn, gain, and experience from this is going to stick around solid and continue to grow and work for you. It's not going to just shed away. Like, the only things that will shed away for you are negativity or things that are due for a change. And this wealth, this abundant pathway of expertise, strength, and success, 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, is something that is maintained. The Queen especially, she maintains what she has made and allows it to be more than which it was when it was first set out to begin. She does not let it fall to the wayside or become lost once again. The Queen of Pentacles is my confirmation here that the wealth you gain, you will manage, you will keep it. 10 of Pentacles, so much that you will be very, very prosperous in this lifetime. Your family will experience the benefit as well of that safety and security. Through inspiration, they'll get that from you too, to continue a path similar to yours. The Queen of Wands, you're very inspiring, even when you're like older, I think, or you think that you're old. I think you could get compliments about appearing to be very young. We have the Emperor, we have the Fool card, yeah. The Death card, or people think you're so young that they wonder how you got to such a place so quickly. Either because you are quite young when it happens, or because the rate at which it takes off is so impressive that people think that you should be a great deal older in appearance or a great deal outwardly wiser in order to have achieved this. I feel like you're in like your mid 30s to 40s whenever you kind of have this such high level as the Queen, as someone who is looked up to in such a way, because I see like quite a young face in the Escapist card, which is what you're doing now, which is stepping out of isolation and having the courage to step out of that, versus the Queen of Wands I really am seeing as the same person, and so she looks just a bit older, maybe a decade. It could be a while for whatever is coming up as kind of your fate here to come into fruition, because it is so huge. The Fool into the Death card, it is a complete 180 flip. This is the Death card, the strength, transformation, death, and rebirth represented by that. I want a final message for why Group 3 should be proud of their spirit animal, the Queen of Cups, because you are very healed. You inspire healing in others. You inspire confidence, and you inspire others in general to do what you have done, to be creative, to be inspired themselves, and see what wealth and abundance, success, happiness they can create within their own lives. The Queen of Cups, you have found self-love, you have found healing, and through which you have unlocked the secret of your life's path, the secret of your experience in this lifetime. You have a lot of good ahead of you, Pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please take time to like, comment, and subscribe. With all that being said, Pile 3, I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you the best of luck in this energy, and I will see you in your next reading.